This is evaluation question 1. In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? So hello, this is UCO 6 answering the first question. Well, firstly I think costume and props, we did that quite clearly with the your hat that you used.
Oh, my Rastaman hat,
Yeah.
with almost nice context of black and green.
Hoodie, bomber
black
jacket.
jeans.
Just suits the typical artist really. Also with my hat, my cap, making me look more of a DJ. Technology, headphones, watch. I mean DJs always they invest in good technology. So I think we did that quite well.
Yeah.
Camera movement, I think we all agree that that wasn't really necessary, just for the beat of the song.
We had a little bit, we had some, but you can't really tell. It's usually just a still shot, but if we could go back, that's something that we would definitely have.
Yeah, so yeah. Shots, I mean, typically a hip-hop music video has low-angled shots, close-up shots, and I think we did this quite a lot.
Yeah.
But we tried to make it not too repetitive.
Yeah, we tried to use different frames and different shots for each section.
Yeah.
We did quite a lot, especially at the start with Khan's character. We did a lot of low angle shots because you know that just gives power to the artist, and that's something that is actually a convention in real hip hop music. So that's what we wanted to do in our video, to make it similar to that.
And I think there was a part in the music video where we had like shots of the individual characters, so all of us three, and I think that just gives power to all of us. So we sort of focused on a lot, but then we also did ourselves as well, just so it's
all balanced, and you see all three artists within the video.
Because I mean we're a team, it's not like a solo.
In terms of the editing, when I went into it, I wanted to create something that's going to be fast, it's going to be something unique, but as well as keeping the original materials kind of vibe almost, because I wanted to do it something that you could watch and you'd be like, okay, that's different. In terms of the editing though, it definitely gives a feel, it adds a mood to the music video as a whole, almost like fast paced, so you're not going to sit there and get bored or feel sleepy. It's going to be keeping you up and always intriguing you.
And I think we saw that in our audience feedback. I think everyone said they was engaged and they'd even watch it again, which I think the actual original music video, I don't think I would watch that again.
That's what helps with the repeatability, and like you don't get bored of it because of the editing. If it was just regular shots, I reckon the audience wouldn't have even watched it far to the end, to be honest.
Also, to add to the repeatability, we had a lot of cutting to the beats and jump cuts, so it's not always one specific shot. It'll always be different angles, different shots, and it's always going to be cut to the beat, well, as much as we could. So it always keeps that intrigue and attention onto the video.
I think that's what really got the audience into it, because while we're doing the feedback, while everyone's watching it, I saw people like bobbing their heads up and down, and they were getting into it because of the cutting to the beat, I believe.
It was definitely our strongest suit.
And it is 4 minutes long, so it could easily get boring, but people looked like they was interested, they wanted to watch more. But I think the editing, we didn't really repeat shots, did we?
No.
We changed it a lot, so...
It was always different. There was a few shots the same, but that's only because we'll have that one shot at the start and then we'll have at the end. So the continuity was always different, but that's what it kept the attention.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's good. I think lighting, we sort of challenged other media texts. We did this because typically hip-hop music videos have like dark lighting. Don't know why, it's sort of...
It adds to a mood, it gives a feel, an atmosphere, you know.
Yeah, so we sort of tried to keep that, but we did it ourselves as well by having like the lights bouncing, so it added a bit of brightness. But typically we used the drum hall, and that was a dark room, and then we turned all the lights off. So we sort of challenged other media texts.
As you said, it added emphasis to the song and lyrics. It was dark, the lighting wasn't too much, it was bouncing, it was constantly moving, which also added to the party element and the fast-paced intriguement element, which in fact worked really well with the editing, because the lights bouncing all the time. Every time you cut, it will be the lights will be at a different point, so your mind is always looking at something else, and the lights were really helpful in that way.
It also adds emphasis on each character as well, because it puts them into the middle of the shot as well, and you want to look at the character more, and the lighting really helps with this.
And I think you can see it throughout the 4 minutes. There's never a shot where there's no lights, there's always lights in the background, so when we were filming, we tried to just change the lights, change the tempo of them, the pace, just to add a party effect. And because we didn't have an audience, we sort of wanted to do this, just made it more of a interesting video.
It complemented the whole video in all sorts of ways. The lighting was very crucial. In terms of the mise en scène, the music video really challenges forms and conventions of real music videos out there, because we added in, like, you would never see a DJ set typically, but as we had the DJ character, which we actually additionally added, because the original song only has Kanye West and Jay-Z, but we added in the DJ ourselves. The reason for this was to add the element of mise en scène, was to add in that DJ element. It had the DJ set itself could be talked about because it had buttons, it had lights, it had a microphone stand. It was perfect for Owen to stand behind, and it complemented the shot. It wasn't just bland and boring.
It really helped with the authenticity as well.
Definitely.
And it made it look like a real performance video as well,
Yeah,
having a DJ back there. Because if we had just two performers, it wouldn't have been interesting as well. Having a DJ made it more.
It also added to the audience. You see the DJ actually doing stuff. The Owen was actually great because he was moving his hand around, and that gives the audience a reason to also enjoy the song, because you see the characters moving around, and you see the audience moving around, and that resonates to the audience. Oh, you know what? If they're enjoying it, then this could be something that I could enjoy as well, and I could join it.
And I think it's little bits like wearing a cap, headphones, and Apple Watch. Just sort of all DJs you see it in real life technology, so it sort of adds to the scene, and it makes it more believable. But also it's quite risky. We're filming in school, so it could easily look like a school performance. But we use these like low-angle shots without the carpet, so no one could tell it was in the drum hall. And even now, people are asking us where we film. So I think that did help us a lot. Yeah.
In terms of answering the question and concluding why this challenges real media text and real media material, is because you would usually see, even though ours wasn't as high quality, you usually just see music videos that aren't as intriguing, aren't as repeatable, and you can't watch as much because it doesn't have the editing, the attention, and the emphasis on all the elements in one. And our music video puts it all together, and we took inspiration from everything, not just the original material, but we took inspiration from a bunch of other things after doing some market research and seeing what's out there in our genre and other genres. And so we took all them cool elements that we enjoyed, left everything behind, and from what we could do inside the school, inside a typical drum studio, using a normal camera, normal tripod, and everything we can, we created something as much as we can that actually can stand alone.
Using school technology as well.
It's really consistent as well throughout the whole music video.
But I mean, even throughout the whole music video project, the Digipack magazine poster, the planning, we've kept to the same theme, hip-hop genre, quite dark.
Paris.
So even people in our class, they know what we're going to do, stuff we're wearing, just sort of.
Totally, it's all one massive
and we've made
synergy.
Our blogs ourselves look professional, but they just add to the theme that we're trying to present. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with what we produced. And
just one more thing to say, the name Oku6 is obviously just Owen Khan, and then the number 6 randomly. But we also had some iconography in there with triangles and other
bit
text.
Of conspiracy in there, just
relevant to the hip hop genre.
A bit unique, weird, but people sort of understand it if you're into hip hop.
Especially with Jay-Z and Kanye West, because they do stuff like that.
It makes it more interesting for the audience as well, because when they spot it, it makes them think about it.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, well done everyone.
Cool.
And goodbye.
Awesome.